All right, Joe, so this is the panel being taken off. So when I was underneath, I was reaching my arms through the bottom here, and I was taking this, and I was unlatching and then moving this down with my hand. There's two on each side. Unlatching and then moving it down with my hand. These two hooked onto this, and then there's two more on this side as well, as you can see. Okay, so this is your control panel bottom. On the top, it's like this. So all I did is, after I unlatched, I lifted it up and I turned it over. Okay, so I'm showing you this again, so if you can't get it, excuse me, into your office, you know how to take apart this control panel to make it a slender unit to get in there. So let me show you a few things. This is the controller, or the circuit board that Rick put brand new in, and then he had to rewire it, as you can see. That was part of the upgrade, so that's what I was talking about, which is great. Here's what's going to happen, okay? So now, in order for the movers, when the movers come to get us out of my house, this whole control panel is going to be disassembled. When you take this and put this somewhere, if you have to do this at your end, you always want to be careful when you put it up against a wall, because you got controls on one side and wires on the other. So this is a very delicate thing once you remove it, so you got to be careful. A few things. The instruction manuals show this. I just want to point out, this is labeled 1, 2, and this one's not labeled because it was a brand new board that he just put in, but I will label it. I'm going to disconnect this, and this, and then there's nothing attaching the control panel. So once I disconnect these three things, like that, okay, now the control panel can be completely put down and is gone, okay, out of the way. Now, the other thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to remove 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once these come out, this will lift off, and it's just going to be one slender unit. And that allows you to get through doorways and stuff. When we put it back together, which I'm going to do when the guys come, as soon as they get it up to the top, I'm putting these in, and then reattaching all the wires and connecting it back up. So when you get it, it's one unit, one solid unit that they're transporting. It's the best way to do it. One other thing I'm going to show you that I'm not going to have hanging out. When the control panel is normally in the game system, like this, the way I had it set up in Rick is if I wanted to turn the volume up or down on a certain game, I had this control right here hanging. See how it sort of fits in that little nook there? And then you could turn the volume up or down based on the game that you were playing, okay? So what I'm going to do for transport, I don't like that sticking out. I think that's dangerous, and it's just asking for somebody to smash into it. This is going to be brought back down into the game unit, and it plugs into, by the way, the subwoofer. I'm going to tape that up and make sure that it doesn't bounce around. When you get the game and you unwrap everything, you have a choice. You can either leave it in the body of the cabinet, or you can do the same thing I'm doing here. After you have everything unwrapped, you just feed it through and then have it hang over this edge. And that way during the games it's real easy. You don't have to keep going into the unit to turn it on or off. But anyway, that's that. That's just what I wanted to show you before I start packing everything up.